Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I want to thank you all for being here and showing your support and interest in my channel and my advice. Please send me an email if you are seeking advice. The email is dearsabby24@gmail.com. Okay, let's begin. How badly does divorce mess children up? Seems like a lot of people are from divorced families, and it was hard, but also had its blessings in the end as well. So from this, it implies that she comes from a broken family. I feel stuck in my marriage because I don't want to hurt my kids. I have valid reasons to leave, and a huge part of me wants to, but the kids, broken heart emoji. It all depends on the ages of the children and how flawed your marriage is. Are they experiencing a lot of arguing, emotional or physical abuse, or anything similar? If so, I would start the divorce process sooner than later. Divorce does affect children, but experiencing their parents unhappy, fighting, and in a toxic marriage can actually affect them more negatively. So sometimes divorce is a better option than staying together for the sake of the kids. The most important thing is that both parents co-parent and are consistently present and involved in the children's lives. If abuse is not a factor in marriage, then based on their age, if they are still young, I would give it some more time and try marriage counseling. Married for 26 years before asking for a divorce. He wanted to control everything. Former military, so very rigid in thinking and outlook. Disrespectful and just difficult. High expectations. I couldn't do anything right. He didn't communicate. Silent type, yet raged. Loveless, no intimacy for at least 10 years. He was one that liked outward appearances. For example, family unit. Kids are grown. Was I wrong for leaving? Often surprised when people make a sad face and learning about divorce. They don't know the details. They're strictly sad and it ended. They're strictly sad that it ended after it lasted so long, I guess. I don't think you were wrong for leaving, especially after everything you've mentioned. Sometimes people stay in an unhappy marriage for decades until they finally decide to leave for whatever reason. It is surprising to hear of a long-term marriage coming to an end, so when people make a sad face after learning that, it's a normal reaction. Of course, they are not aware of the details, but in general, regardless of their lack of knowledge, divorce is often seen as an unfortunate outcome to what is supposed to last for a very long time, if not forever. Sadly, that's not the case for many marriages, especially in this day and age. But no, I do not think you were wrong for leaving. If you live with your 2 adult children as a retired man with no income and one of them invited a bunch of friends over for a barbecue, would you expect your adult child to buy the food for the barbecue, or should the dad be buying for everyone since he's the quote-unquote parent? I know, dumb question. First of all, please don't think your question is dumb. There is no dumb question as far as I'm concerned. So the adult child who is inviting guests over should pay for the food. You have no income, you are living with your adult children, which, by the way, I think is so touching that your adult children are having you live with them. It is their home, so they are responsible to cover all the expenses for the barbecue. I have a friend who is a single mom of 2 kids. She's in her late 30s and dating a man in his late 20s with no kids. They are both crazy about each other, but the age gap does bother her and embarrasses her. In my opinion, if he is mature, responsible, and treats her and her children well, then I don't see an issue with it. If the age gap bothers her that much, she needs to get past that or end the relationship, because this is something that may bother her for years. I do suggest that instead of being bothered and embarrassed due to that, Her focus and concern should be figuring out if he is marriage material and if he will be a suitable stepfather for her children. I know of couples who have a 10 to 12-year age gap who are happily married with children, so it is something that can definitely work out for the best. Okay, this will be the last question for this video. I'm a girl who likes romance and having nice experiences. For example, I like being taken out to dinner or museums, but this guy took me out a few times and I don't want it to go any further. It's not that I don't like him, I just don't like to be intimate or hear too many stories of people getting pregnant on birth control. So I want romance and dates, just no intimacy with anyone ever. Is that considered using a guy? What do I do? No, it's not considered using a guy. Just make sure that you are straightforward and honest with him in the beginning so he does not have any expectations. You stated that you never want intimacy ever. So I'm just curious, do you plan on ever getting married or you just don't want any intimacy before marriage? Which is not a problem at all. That's all for now. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate you all. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. And until next time, take care and God bless.